the move, Sutton flicking it into Larson. Larson edge of the box, tries to play it into Larson. Larson's going to touch here. Larson in! Goal, goal, goal! Henrik Larsson scores! It's a goal, Celtic wants it! They have 1-0! They've got the goal! It's David Henrik Larsson!
Welcome to another episode of the Rhebel Phodcast, coming to you not from the balcony of freedom today, but we're on location out in the far reaches of the leafy eastern suburbs of Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. My name is Fraaaaank, and I'm joined on the balcony, on the couch, or whatever you call it, whatever we want to call this today, the couch of justice, the couch of truth and honesty. Joined by my co-host Callum. How are you this evening?
That sounded familiar.
I mixed it up a bit.
Good. Yourself?
Good. And also for this third time on the Rhebel Phodcast, your father, not you as in the listener, but yours, I'm talking to Callum, father, my brother, Francis. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Do I do the whole routine about please don't wear that Yankees hat again?
Why not?
All right, Callum, take that friggin' hat off.
Okay.
You're a Red Sox fan and you're wearing... That's like literally walking...
It's a cool hat though. Like it's really light.
It's like walking into someone's house with a Huns jersey on. There's a bit of a laugh. Oh, very funny. Why? Put down the gun. Why are you shooting me?
I've had friends come into my house and go, "It wouldn't be funny if I said something to your dad about Rangers." And I went, "It actually would not be funny at all. Like, seriously would not be funny." So there you go. Prefontaine's just checking shit.
I am.
Back? He's not.
I had the wrong volume up. So let's... okay. What else? I've completely lost my place now. We haven't even started.
Let's talk about the game.
Let's talk about the game.
It's fair enough you've lost your place because we've already done this for 10 minutes and we discovered it wasn't being taped. So start again. It feels like
Deja vu.
It is.
Which, if the Matrix, we would be running out of here because Deja vu is not good.
Is it not?
In the Matrix.
I never understood the Matrix.
I've never watched that.
Haven't you?
No.
Some of the worst
Probably
acting.
beside the point, though, isn't it?
Some of the worst acting you'll ever see, and really bad full length leather jackets. Let's down on there.
I think Luca was in that, wasn't he?
Oh, you happy with that?
Yeah, I've got that one in.
Yeah. For those who don't know, he's the reserve keeper for Celtic.
Isn't Lucas Zaluska?
Oh, don't start.
I thought it was Lucas Saluka. Suzuki.
And James Forster, is he the...
Yeah,
that's
it.
He's the...
Okay, let's talk about the game that was on Sunday night or Sunday day, Glasgow time. Celtic won, Heart of Midlothian 0, a goal by Sammy in the first half. First of all, to you, Frankie, were you surprised by the selection, the team selection, given that we just played a pretty significant midweek game against Suntown in Moscow?
I was extremely surprised. I thought it'd be at least 3 changes. So when the team walked out and they gave us the bench, I thought, gee, it's really putting the pressure on them. But I think from Lenny's reaction today in the press was fair. Make sure we keep a winning run going, which he's done. And as we said before, they've got a couple of weeks off now, so it wasn't like they had a hard game to back up with during the week or next week even. So
yeah.
I was surprised, but in hindsight, it worked out all right. So.
Callum, did you think that that they would play that same essentially that same team?
No, I was agree with that. And as Lennon said, he well, look, in the end, there was no injuries, which was good. And considering the amount of tackles the Hearts players decided to kick up our ass, I was surprised there were no injuries. But in the end, got 3 points, and that's all that matters. And there's 2 week international break, so roll on.
Yeah, but he could have played the reserve keeper.
Well, that would have been nice for him.
Because Fraser Foster had already left, and he was down in England at the camp already. He didn't even play.
Supposedly.
The goal was empty. Didn't
you wouldn't have. Yeah, you wouldn't have known, would you?
No.
Did they have any shots?
Yeah, they had that one in the first half where the guy. I could have scored that.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Beside the post.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Oh yeah, that was pretty pathetic. The other one was when Hearts got a free kick, and who was the referee that weekend?
Oh, he was horrible.
One of the Masons.
There obviously is a rule change in Scotland that I missed over the pre-season because now it's a 20-metre distance between the free kick and the wall. Like he literally sat them in the back row of the Jockstein stand.
Hooper was pointing at the penalty line, the 18-yard line. He's going, "Where are we? 18 back from that, or are we 18 back from the ball?"
Oh, I just thought
that was bizarre.
And it was the wall was completely ineffective because when the guy took the free kick, he actually hit it on target. Like he had nothing to clear because
I think it threw him off too.
Yeah.
He's going, "I've never practiced this before."
There's no need for me to get it up and over because I'm just going to kick it dead straight.
No, that was horrible, wasn't it?
The refereeing, and it's good to complain about the refereeing when you've won, otherwise, because when you lose, you're a sore loser, but let's be sore winners.
We're just a Celtic supporter.
Yeah, right, that's right, and we're paranoid. I thought the refereeing was woeful.
Oh, my God. They should have been, two of their centre-backs should have been almost sent off in the first half, some of their challenges.
They were getting clattered.
It started early with that linesman on the right.
Oh, yeah.
He started the trend, and I think his mate in the middle just thought he'd join in. There was a couple of bad decisions earlier. That offside one. Oh, my God.
And the challenge is coming in late.
Yeah.
He booked one of their players for doing it 15 minutes after he I think it was James Forrest, he kind of butchered after the ball. But there was 2 or 3 other ones and from the same guy that he should have another yellow card for.
Well, the one right on the line in the second half, in front of the other linesman, Izagiri got booted into the stand.
Oh, that was a throw-in or something, wasn't it?
It was.
My God. Yeah, that's Scottish refereeing for you.
But you don't even get angry about it anymore. You just have an astonished look comes across your face when it happens. Yeah.
I think it was not surprised from it anymore. It's going to happen every week.
Who for you, Frank, was a standout? I know that FE Ambrose got the man of the match, but I think that was more just a sort of first game at Parkhead kind of, here's the bottle of champagne. I really didn't think that he was actually...
Yeah, it was hard to pick because everyone sort of came in and out of the game at different periods. Samaras just continues to amaze everyone with his turnaround. Once again scores an important goal and is there right at the end.
Yeah.
Just putting his body on the line and creating chances for everybody. So unselfish. It's fantastic, and you can see he enjoys playing.
Yeah.
He's there. He loves playing. Like when he scores, he doesn't go to the back of the goal. He goes to the bench.
Yeah, I know.
He gets the reserve keeper.
And he wins the reserve keeper. And he's listening to this podcast.
Whose name is?
If he goes to next time he scores, he tells that person to turn around so we can read the back of his name.
Yeah.
Well, definitely, we're right. He's listening to our podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who isn't listening to our podcast, though?
Oh, absolutely. In the words of Callum Donnelly, what do you normally say?
Exactly right.
Exactly right.
I'm going to get T-shirts made.
You should.
I'm going to send it to Beyond the Waves.
There's a lot of love in the team anyway. I think that's quite obvious to everyone. But yeah, Sammy is the distributor of love.
It's a European thing.
It's a Greek thing. He just loves to give him a hug. Loves to give him a hug.
Got to get rid of that.
Between that and the look he gives the referee when the fouls.
Yeah.
Like, me? No, it couldn't possibly be me.
Yeah. I thought Chris Commons actually was the man of the match.
Yeah, I would say Chris Commons and Izzy on the left-hand side were awesome.
Izzy certainly has improved. That's 2 or 3 good games in a row, I think he's had. He's getting forward now, which just really shouldn't be that hard to think about it in Scotland. But just trying to think, you made a remark, Frank, during the game that they're right.
No, we took our right back off halfway through the game and Hearts didn't realise until with 3 minutes to go and they started attacking us down that left-hand side.
Yeah. That is just the quintessential jammy bastard Scottish football team thing to do, isn't it? You sit there and defend, you park the bus for 84 minutes and then all of a sudden you start attacking with, because they think we'll get a bit nervy. And
they did look dangerous when they actually attacked, because it was quite an open game. There was a lot of space in the middle of the park and out wide, so when they actually went out to their left-hand side, they actually looked like they got in between. They got in behind us twice in the last 5 minutes.
But what have teams got to lose when they come to Parkhead?
Yeah, I don't know.
They know how we're going to play. Why don't they just go at it? If they get beat 1 or 2-0, who cares? If they play like Hearts did, they're going to get beat anyway.
Yeah.
And, we missed... How many chances did we miss? It should have been...
Well, Sammy hit the upright.
Yeah.
There's that one that so-and-so...
Actually, that was a beautiful connection, wasn't it?
Oh, he hit it sweet as, but it just...
I think he was annoyed it didn't come back to him.
Yeah, it could have... I know. It was... he hit it true. And there was another one where, in the first half, where someone could have squared it across... I think it might have...
Hooper missed
There was two of them.
Yep.
Two. Hooper and...
Which he would have taken anyway. He was... He beat the
And
last
Commons
man.
as well. Commons shot. Commons blazed over the bar.
Yeah. This is a true fact. Chris Commons will shoot from anywhere.
As was shown by his first touch, with the goal behind him, and he just turned around and shot. And I think it was out for a throw in, but
Yeah.
disorientated.
Which I have no problem with, because eventually, it's like a radar for him. Once he gets on, give him 5 or 6 of those.
Both feet, unbelievable.
Yeah,
He's very
so
skillful.
far ahead of everyone on that pitch.
yeah.
It's just
Well, the turn he did when there was two men on him, he was inside the box, and he's facing away from goal, and he's managed to turn both of them, and get it and shoot it out wide. But that was awesome quality.
Yeah. I don't know how he got past those two guys, but he did.
And when Izzy nutmegged the guy, they're right back.
Yeah,
and the guy pushed him.
yeah,
And the commentator, was it David Provel? Who was the commentator for that week?
Walker.
yeah, and
And he had a big go at Izzy.
Yeah,
It's the other bloke's fault for pushing Izzy.
you
That's
can't,
petulant.
You can't retaliate in football. Normally it's a yellow card, or at least it's a warning and saying, "Hey, you two cut it out." But I mean, he just completely walked away and ignored him.
Yeah.
Apparently, Commons has been called up for the Scottish team, but he told him to get fucked.
Really?
No, I just made that bit up.
Damn it.
Well, we'll talk about that in a moment. And I'm glad to see Kyle come on as well and have a bit of a run.
Fix that hair.
He's...
Jesus.
How much water did you use?
I don't know. It was shocking.
It was-
The spiky bits at the end.
I know what to
And the top's it's not like up. It's kind of pulled back. It's weird.
And when Johan Mjelby or what's his name, Parker, was giving him his sort of instructions, he's lubing up his hair.
Yeah.
I would have saying, mate, look, less lubing, more listening.
Yeah. I think it was Neil Lennon.
Yeah.
And he sort of looked up because the wall of water was going on his little piece of paper. He's going, "Hey, mate, do you know me? And can't you do what I'm doing here?" And he just continually kept wetting his hair.
Yeah.
I really wanted to say, is that what your girlfriend says to you? But that was rude, so I'll move on.
I thought you just did. Let's talk about the Commons being selected for Scotland. Now, let's pull it out.
Is it the FIFA? Is it qualifiers this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's pull our cards on the table here. I don't care about international football to the point where this is what I think they should do with international football. Don't bother having the qualifiers throughout the actual season proper. When it comes to for the World Cup or the Euro Championships, do you remember how we used to play Monopoly when I was younger and you were sort of
Not so young.
40?
not as young or as old. You know how you start off with a Monopoly and you go through the whole process of rolling the dice and going around and buying all the different properties.
Mm-hmm.
Remember we started doing that where we just shuffle the deck and then hand all the cards out and you just get them in a...
I like that in my idea.
Yeah, because we fast-tracked the whole thing. Yeah.
The whole process of buying property, because we're going to buy everything you land on anyway, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we just divvy up all the cards and go from there. Now, that's what they do for the World Cup.
I bet you Jared came up with that idea.
Why would you say that?
Because he's impatient. Continue.
Isn't it? That's a whole yell and nod
He was
trait,
pretty
though.
dodgy with the card dealing. He had the sticky finger on the park line.
he would lick that one before.
He cut the tops, the corners.
That's
I don't
right.
know what he was doing in that room for ages.
I would do that with the when they're doing the draw for the World Cup, the actual World Cup finals. Just get all 164 teams that are members of the FIFA and just draw them out of a hat, and the 32 get picked out.
That'd be the closest Scotland would ever get to getting into the World Cup finals.
I know.
Yeah, he cares. I don't know who Australia are playing, but we have to win, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I'm just looking. I can't find it. We're playing tonight.
Australia is?
Yeah.
Australia.
Is it? It's obviously not at home because
No.
you're at.
We have to win this game.
We do.
They're playing Doha.
So that's where's that?
In Middle East?
Yeah, I know that, but what country's Doha in again?
Abu Dhabi?
That's a city.
Oh.
Is
the
it United? What's
United Arab Emirates, UAE.
What's the capital of UAE?
Dubai?
Is Doha? Is there two big cities in?
There's about 18, I'm pretty sure.
People.
They just build
not
cities
only
upon
don't
cities.
know the reserve keeper, we've got no idea about geography.
And I'm definitely looking that one
So,
up. 'Cause
Frank, what do you think about international football?
people are pulling their heads out right
No,
now.
I'm not interested. I just can't get motivated at all.
It is good, though, for Celtic for now because it's a good break for our
Yes.
players to kind of get prepared and
That's
ready.
the best thing about it. Although, and it's good for our players. Like, apparently, Hooper is taking Foster down by car
Yeah.
to the England camp, and he's just going to hang around for a couple of days and just stick up photos of himself on the training camp. And,
Forster's going to give him. Forster's going to give Ray Hodgson a DVD of Hooper.
all his greatest
Hooper's
goals.
goals.
Yep.
Oh, is he really? I'm joking. Qatar.
Does that work on radio?
Podcasts.
No,
Qatar, Doha is the capital city of Qatar, so we're playing Qatar.
Oh, that's where the
So what times are they in?
20, is it 2024 or 2020 World Cup's going to be? Qatar.
Absolutely.
What time zone are they in?
In an air-conditioned stadium.
I have no idea. I didn't look
We'll
it
figure
up.
it out later, Frank.
I'm still looking, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the bottom line is that there's international football coming up, and that means there's no domestic football, and that means life kind of gets boring. There's nothing in the papers to read. I don't really care about Scotland. I want Australia to win, but ultimately I really don't care that much that either. Because I think we've got to win anyway, so just
Even though you went all the way to Germany to watch them.
I did go all the way to Germany.
And
yeah.
you've went all the way to Japan to watch them.
Yep.
And
We were in Japan.
Huh?
We were
Oh,
in
no,
Japan.
I went to watch.
was.
I was in Japan.
Yeah, no, but Australia wasn't.
It was Ireland. I went and watched there. Yeah.
see, that's you care.
I
You
do
just don't care about what team it is.
Yeah, that's right.
He's going to go away.
I actually went and saw Sweden versus Nigeria when Henke was playing in
Yeah, that's fair enough.
in Kobe.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Me and Dale were watching.
There was more Celtic supporters there than there were Swedes.
Well, I remember
I'm not shitting you.
when we were watching England Sweden, and we were in Germany or France at the time, and we sat in like a beer hall or like the beer garden of the hotel with our soak stops on and there were just English people around us.
That's right. Yeah.
I think England won that game. They beat Sweden. Pretty sure.
When was that?
2 World Cups ago. 2010.
Up until the last World Cup. Because up until the last time
2010.
England met Sweden, England had never beaten Sweden in a competitive match of football.
Oh, no, so you're right because England lost on penalties that game,
Again.
and we went back to the room to watch the penalties, and you could just hear lots of grunting outside.
Right. So Commons has been selected.
So that nobody person who coaches Scotland.
He's got no idea.
No. So
Well,
in the last week he's backed down over Stephen Fletcher.
Yeah,
So he's finally selected him.
yeah.
And he's selected Commons.
Is Ian Black still on the team?
And his reasoning is because, there's been injuries.
Snodgrass.
God.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Which
What
division does he play in?
Oh, Snodgrass has got.
If your name's Snodgrass, you shouldn't be picked for anything.
I know. I don't know if is it actually pronounced Snodgrass. I'm just assuming it's Snodgrass. Hey, Snodgrass. Craig Levein continues that long line of Scottish managers that crack the shits with really good players and then don't let them play. Like Scotland's a
To his
nation
own
of 5
expense.
million people. There's not exactly a conveyor belt of talented football
No.
coming off the conveyor belt now, and I don't think they're in a position to say to Stephen Fletcher or who was it? Drunken Duncan was the one that they.
Yeah, but no, that was fair enough because
Is that McGregor?
He was in jail.
he was in jail most of the time.
He was in Bar L.
But Stephen Fletcher's the top scorer in EPL right now.
Yeah,
I mean, he's scored more goals than he's played games, and he's, like last year he couldn't get a game for who he was playing with. It's
Yeah.
like,
and England's trying to find out if he's got an English granny or something.
yeah. I mean, if the guy's scoring goals, you got to pick him. Don't care what you say.
Yeah.
Guess who I saw today for the first time in a while? Remember Jos Hoverfield? Whofield? How do you say it? The centre back? The ex-centre back for Celtic.
Don't help him.
Yeah, keep going, Callum.
He
Just
plays in the the best league in the world. And
what's his name?
I don't know. And but it was funny because he stuffed up. Continue.
Is it Hoyveld?
Yeah,
Yes.
him. Like you know it.
Hooverveld sounds better for a centre back, though.
It
Whatever.
does, isn't it?
All the same.
Um,
It's amazing how these players get selected for I guess it's the Stokes of the world, isn't it? The people, the Swanseas and the people. The teams aren't very good.
well, I saw Key's first game with.
Yeah, we watched that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we watched that.
He
Yeah.
had a bit of a decent shot. And that was about
He
it.
played all right.
Yeah.
He's gotten better as he's gone on too. So
I like Key, though.
They were playing him in a funny position, I thought.
Yeah.
He was defensive midfielder. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why would you play him there?
And he wasn't tracking back at all.
No, well, he wasn't defending.
Is that something that we're lacking? Perhaps do we have a genuinely creative box-to-box midfielder that does those sort of cut-out passes and... Actually, no, I won't say box-to-box midfielder because we have got that Scott Brown.
Scott Brown's the answer there.
Yeah, but
Joe Ledley.
But like a play, no. Joe's more of I think Joe's more of that Lambert Lennon mould where he's just all those small things you just don't see.
Yeah.
I think Wanyama could be that player because he's so strong. He's very fit. You don't see him go forward that often.
No,
but he scored a couple of goals.
Yeah,
he scored 2 goals in a row last year.
I love the way he just cruises through the game.
Yeah.
Just nothing bothers him.
And he always gives the simple pass.
Yep.
He never gives away possession of the ball, ever.
Yeah.
So who are you looking for then?
Well, I'm sort of a Lubomir guy. Just, I mean, I guess
more creative.
Yeah,
Chris Commons.
I guess Commons is that, but he's not the kind of guy.
Samaras, maybe.
No. Just no.
Chris Commons could potentially be as good as Lubo.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Saying something.
Because he didn't lose a bit of weight.
He's got the skill. He's got both feet. He's got the vision.
Thank God he's got both feet. It'd be hard to play football without one foot. Anyway, okay. Well, I think we've done the death the whole international football thing because we've all agreed it's a wank. However, did you go to when we were on the Homeboys podcast a couple of weeks ago? They were talking about when Scotland played Australia in the World Cup qualifier after they came second in their group, the European group, to Spain. Then they had to play Australia in a playoff home and away, and the first game was at Hampden, the second game was Olympic Park in Melbourne. Did you go to that game?
I was, yeah.
And you went with Dad, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a sense of Dad's attitude towards Scotland in the, because at one point in the end there he went, stuff, I don't care. Yeah. And in fact he started going for Ireland in matches, particularly when Ireland got good in like 88. So
I think we both, not by any agreement, but we both started barracking for Scotland, and by the end of the game we were barracking for Australia. And, Aussie football crowds, no one batted an eyelid.
Yeah.
Because, you stand next to people who are barracking for the other team, and no one really cared that 10 minutes ago you were barracking for Scotland. And in the end we started barracking for just Celtic players.
Yeah.
Paul McStay.
Yeah.
It was like, that'll do.
Yeah.
Because he played that. It was brilliant seeing him.
Yeah. That would have been pretty special.
Yeah.
What kind of crowd was there that night?
It was a good crowd, yeah.
Right.
It was, predominantly Scottish.
Yeah.
And sort of a hardcore at the time, Socceroo, yellow bunch behind the goal, but not like now.
Yeah.
It was predominantly Scottish crowd.
And this would have been this is the dark old days of Australian football.
Yeah. I think there was, I don't know, maybe there was 30,000. I don't know. But it was a great night. It was unbelievable that Scotland even found themselves in Olympic Park. They really were on a hiding for nothing. They didn't respect the Australian football team.
Yeah.
They thought it was unfair they had to come to Australia.
Yeah.
And they got booted off the park basically. It was the days of Muscat and them guys.
Who won?
It was a score draw, or
I think it was a draw. Yeah.
I can't remember if it was a score.
Which
or not.
suited them.
Yeah, they won 2-0 in Scotland.
Yeah.
Was it packed house or?
Oh,
Is he on delay?
Yeah. He's recording this show in Adelaide. He's half an hour behind.
What's the score?
I was listening. Was it?
Yes, it was packed out.
I'll listen to the podcast later and find out all my questions, all my answers. I'll make Gran.
You're on fire.
Yeah, you are.
Whatever.
You like your grandma.
You should tell the viewers pre-Fontaine about Gran after a Huns game one day. You were living in Adelaide. Remember this?
What was it? I can't remember this.
So
we were driving home from the Celtic club.
So Dad and I were driving home from the Celtic club, home to the Melbourne CSC.
Yeah.
This is when the Huns were in existence, but probably maybe 10 years ago, I reckon.
Yeah.
And you were living in Adelaide.
Yeah.
And Gran was with us, and so I think it was Geordie and Kieran, our cousins, and Dad went to call you. We just won after the game.
Yeah.
And Gran said, and now for everyone, Adelaide is half an hour behind Melbourne in time zones.
Yeah.
And Graham said, don't tell Prefontaine the score. He's half an hour behind. He doesn't know the score yet. She didn't realise it was obviously live everywhere.
I remember, and I used to milk that for all it's worth. I used to call her up and stuff. Like, she'd say, "Yeah, are you watching the game?" And I'd say, "Yeah, yeah, I am." But we're up 6-0. And she'd go, "We're only winning 1-0 here. Why is that the case?" And I said, "Oh, we've changed our time zones. We're ahead of you guys now."
That's not fair.
But it's funny for a second, and then all of a sudden the explanations have to come with the conversations.
It's half an hour.
What do you mean you don't? Wait, you change your times all the time?
What's that about the weather?
She used to get back to you, though, because she then used to call you up and go, oh, she used to go, don't call me up, I don't want to hear the result. And she'd go, oh, pity about that Celtic, isn't it?
I won't tell you the score, but that's a shame.
She's a comedian. Let's. We haven't talked about what's funny happened on Twitter in the last couple of podcasts. So, Callum, you're our.
Well, you have to introduce the You have to introduce the. Introduce it properly.
I'm introducing this segment. We're segmenting.
We're having
our
music.
podcast. I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got drum roll.
I'm going to put it on later.
Oh, okay, right.
This will be a seamless transition in the actual podcast.
Oh, right, okay. Let's go to our next segment, which is our Twitter update segment.
We have much better.
Da-da-da.
Yeah, we had like a better, more catchy, you know.
So you're the Gen Y
title.
representative of the podcast. Tell us, Callum.
Well, make this clear that we decided to do this today. So I haven't actually come up with anything. But I found got an interesting one from Barca Boy. Morcoist has won a winning percentage against clubs managed by former Rangers Football Club players, 100%. Right, since he's taken over. And 54% when they aren't managed by ex-Rangers Football Club players.
Hang on, say that again to me again.
He's won 100%.
He who?
McCoist
has won
100% of the time against former Sevco players and against non-Sevco players 54%.
Oh, so any team that he plays, that is managed by.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
That's interesting.
So there's a little bit of a handshake going on before the game.
Could be.
Yeah. Can you believe someone's actually done
the maths on that? Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be that hard because you haven't won that many games, so to try and do the...
Yeah. Well, and I found out on Twitter that the Graham are going to try and do a full stadium display against Barcelona.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah. So they're needing cash.
Right.
So if you trust them...
Do they want those green bags of paper? That
we're still in our garage. Yeah.
Is that all gone?
I hope so.
For the listeners out there, we when Celtic came out to Australia and they played 3 games, 1 in Sydney, 1 in Perth, and 1 in Melbourne.
Did you go to them?
I did.
I'm still sick from it.
Clearly. Callum and I went to all 3, and you didn't make the trip across to Perth, is that right, Frank? And
no, I went to the other
Sydney and the Melbourne game. We spent basically the week leading up to the Melbourne game on your lounge room floor chopping up green, white and orange paper to the tune of a lot of bags.
Yeah, it was days. It was weeks, actually.
And a lot of end of cousins' fingers too.
Yeah.
Went into that.
Yep.
Chop.
Literally blood, sweat and tears.
The worst thing was, we thought,
that was an operation.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon. The worst thing was... Well, not the worst thing, but we thought... We put it all in separate bags. We put green paper in one, white paper in one, orange paper in another.
Yeah.
And it was to throw up in the air when they came out.
Yeah.
And we found out the day before that we were allowed to do it.
Yeah.
And then we found out the day before that we weren't allowed to do it. So that was also annoying.
Yeah.
But we still brought it in.
And we snuck it all in.
Because we're rebels.
That's right.
Rebel
and
podcast.
we say no to authority.
Exactly right.
And we did. We managed to sneak it all in.
We did.
And we're not talking like a handful of bags. We're talking...
Well, it was...
We did the maths on it.
Something like 5,000 bags.
Yeah.
But people were getting just orange.
And they did want them.
Yeah.
We're handing out at the pub. Take this. I don't want that. Here's a green one. Oh, a green and white one. I want a fucking orange one. Oh, for God's sake, look, just take it. Take the bag.
I snuck in, because me and Dad went to we went to a thing with Neil Lennon beforehand.
Yep.
We went to the corporate seats, because That's how we roll. And I stuck in about 28 bags in my bag because I had to get changed. Yeah, stuff, yeah.
I can't remember. Did it look good in the end?
Yeah, I don't know. I like to think
Well, I was sitting in the corporate area watching his, and I
like to think
I
it
don't
did.
want to admit it.
Just say it did, Dad.
Okay,
It didn't.
It did, right? It did.
It didn't look good. I think most of got chucked before.
Yeah, and a little cousins.
You needed to give them instructions on how high
We
to chuck
did.
it.
We did. Every bag had instructions. Gone in or chuck it before the game.
No, you need to tell them how high to chuck it, because it sort of went like...
And for people that didn't see that demonstration of Dad,
It went down.
it went down.
Floppy dick.
What we should have done when they come out next year,
Uh-huh.
we'll do a banner instead.
Yep.
We'll put all our money into like a number of banners. We'll do it for the
And
game.
hopefully it won't get stolen this time.
No, that's still a sore subject.
Oh, it still hurts. By the way, anyone out there that has a green, white, and orange tricolour Charlie Tully FC CSC,
Send it back.
send it back.
And it's massive, so you don't just
it's not.
It's the size of a wall.
It is huge, and we want it back. Some prick in Sydney pinched that.
And to the security guard
Oh,
who
Jesus! Wanted to arrest me.
was compassionate about our
pathetic,
plight.
wasn't it? God almighty.
And the 3 riot police that were there
dumbass.
and almost arrested me and you. Freaking hell! Yeah.
Let's talk. We could probably talk. We'll talk about those games another time.
Yeah.
Because. Anyway, we'll reminisce about that at another occasion.
When Pat comes on.
You had something else there. Callum?
Yeah. So I can't spell the name. It's Stephen Celtic 81.
Yep.
And it's a picture, and I put it on my Facebook, and it's came across a picture of Super Joe Ledley, and it's a picture of Joe Ledley in his kitchen with a frilly apron on.
Right.
Hold on.
Nice.
So someone's tweeted.
That's shocking.
Someone's tweeted Neil Lennon and gone, Gaffer, have a word to him.
Oh God, it's floral.
That's
Yeah, it's
embarrassing.
shocking.
And it's got what do you call it? What do women's call it?
Lace.
The layers, like the
It's like an old bathing suit, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It's shocking. Anyway,
And the last
this
one is. Oh, actually, no, I'll say the last one when we do our next segment.
okay, right.
Because we've got 3.
Okay,
All right.
are we ready to move on to the next segment?
Yeah.
Okay, the next segment is what did we learn from Sevco this week?
All right. Do you want to say your one?
Well, one thing I've got a couple of things to say,
Okay.
but I'll just say
No,
one.
mine's funny. So mine's the funniest.
Okay, right.
So you have to say it before the funny bit goes.
Yeah.
No, I'll say it last.
All right. Then, well, these are the things that I learnt from Sevco this week. I learnt that they're struggling to pay their electricity bill at Ibrox. Did you read that?
No?
Yeah, apparently they got an electric bill for like £270,000, and they haven't paid it yet.
Boy,
And-
I hope they don't go with red, because they'll be getting cut off.
Yeah, or Origin or something. Yeah,
Origin, yeah.
British
Boy,
Gas or
boy.
whoever the hell does electricity over there. Yeah, so that's one thing we've learned.
How funny would that be? Midway through a game.
The lights go out.
lights go out.
Have they been threatened, or are they just not bothering to pay it like the other debts?
Yeah, that's not
They don't have to pay it.
they're not going to bother to pay.
They're
it.
special.
What they'll do is they'll go into administration, liquidate the club, and then that's it. Start again. And another thing I learnt from Sevco this week was that not what I learnt from Sevco, but I learnt what other third division teams think of Sevco and how much they respect Sevco and how much they see them as a footballing and sporting threat. When the manager for Stirling Albion didn't bother him to turn up to the game on Saturday because he decided to get married that day.
Yeah.
So he gave his team talk on the Thursday night at training and then just didn't bother going to the game.
He left a number, though.
He did.
Give me a call if there's any problems.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't get a call.
He did get a call. Things were well taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
And also Hugh Keevins, who I remember this distinctly when I was in Scotland, and we're driving along the M8 one Wednesday evening, and Hugh Keevins was on Radio Clyde, and he said to a caller, there's no chance that Rangers will drop any points this season. I can guarantee it.
I wish that caller put some money on with him.
Oh, I mean,
Ridiculous.
I thought it was arrogant at the time. I thought, okay, maybe, just maybe they could get through the whole season not losing a game, but they'll drop points, you know.
Yeah.
But, well, that's not even halfway through the first half, and they've already...
Was that game away?
Yeah, it was.
They really don't do winning away.
No, they don't do
That guy
away.
should do another YouTube song about that.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Well, the last time, a team masquerading as the English came to Stirling, you know what happened?
They got
They
filleted.
got filleted and sent away
Yeah.
with their tails between their legs.
To think again.
Yes.
Very good. I never thought about that. Very nice historical segue there, Fred.
The Battle of Stirling, Part 2.
Yeah. Callum, what have
My
you,
one was-
what have you learned from Seth Coates?
I got it off Twitter,
Right.
which was a Celtic fan taking a picture of the Follow website. Mm-hmm. And one of the... Now, look, this poster could be a very funny Celtic supporter.
Yeah.
But they are very delusional. And there's two of them. One of them wrote that they think they should get David Moyes to manage
Yeah, I read that.
to manage the Huns.
I thought that was pretty funny.
And the other one was someone on Follow said, posed a question on the forum. Should we get Ali to be a player instead of the manager? I know he's 50, but it's only Division 3, and he's the best box-to-box striker in Scotland.
A box-to-box striker.
Yeah.
So he's scoring goals at both ends. Is that what that implies?
And then he wanted to get someone else to manage a team. Just until they got up to the SPL, then he'd,
Go back to stuffing it up for them.
Yeah.
How long do you think, Frank, that Ali's got? Will he see out the season?
Well, apparently he's lost the dressing room.
You can't find it? You can't find the dressing room.
Did you hear?
Oh, because the lights are out.
I read that in today's mail. I cracked myself laughing, and it was in italics. He's lost the dressing room.
Did you hear that supposedly as well, on the way home, the team bus,
Yeah.
they had no food or drinks in the bus? Like, they had no, recovery stuff. So they had to stop off in, a...
The shell.
The local,
Off
petrol
license.
station.
Yeah, they got an off license.
Life license.
Yeah.
Get some UDLs or
That
some
was him
vodka.
trying to get the dressing room back.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Get him blind.
Supposedly Charles Green said to him today that he's got the support of the board and Charles.
Oh,
That's a good sign.
that is the kiss of death.
He's lucky, yeah.
In any sport, it doesn't matter what sport you're playing. As soon as the board comes out and say he has the full support, at this time he has the full support of the board. That means you're stuffed.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, what they didn't say is that, well, he took the kit home, so if he doesn't come back, we've got no kit.
Yeah, who does the washing? Do you think now for the jerseys? Do you think they share it amongst the players?
They must, yeah.
There'd be some young kids there be doing that for the homework, I reckon.
That's right. That's the only guy I remember. But one guy that played for Stirling got elbowed in the face by Elbows McCulloch early in the first half. Played the whole match with an eye patch.
Yeah, couldn't see out of his right eye.
Could not see out of his right eye.
Yeah.
Still beat it. Like the Rangers are getting beat. Sorry, Sepco are getting beat by invalids
Yeah.
and
Mechanics.
and mechanics, invalids, and managers that just don't bother turning up.
And apparently the keeper went off at half time. Was he going to the wedding, or was he...
Sterling Elm. Yeah, he was the best
The
man.
best man.
This man, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Sevco keeper wore the same strip, didn't wear this year's strip, wore the strip from last year.
Ah,
So maybe there are problems with the washing machine and the
yeah.
and the washing powder.
Because they haven't paid their lucky bill.
Yeah, you'd think that their washing powder they would be using would be home brand as well, wouldn't you? It wouldn't be the good stuff. It would be quality. I always did wonder when Celtic comes to Australia or North America or something, do they bring new strips and new training clothes for every day, or does
No, someone do the laundry.
someone washes every day?
Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't want to use the hotel laundry. That'd be expensive, though.
No, you get Mum Janet to do it. Put it in the angry wash.
The angry wash.
If people run around with strips creeping up their belly, shrunk.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Or if you mixed in with reds, it's green and red hoops.
Oh, it's one strip.
Oh, has it arrived yet?
No, 17 days. I said.
17 days.
Yeah, and you can't track it either.
Well, it'll be ready for the next game.
Yeah. Now, someone said Crocker on Sky
Yeah, that was
said
bullshit.
that
Yeah.
that's the first time the Celtic have not worn the hoops since friggin' time began at home. That's rubbish.
Yeah.
Well, on E-Teams, they said that one of the Martin O'Neill games, they
Yeah.
remember wearing it.
That yellow strip got paraded a few times at home.
Did you like that they wore it at home?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just remembering that Martin O'Neill season, that yellow strip. We wore that heaps at
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with them wearing a strip other than the traditional green and white hoops at home? I guess because this is the first ever strip, it's all right.
No, I think to recognise the anniversary, I think that's great. And
Yeah.
Celtic are all about the history and actually the strip looked quite good.
Yeah.
It did look good. Looked like a dress shirt.
I'm wearing to work tomorrow. If I only had a job. I'd like to think that, as you said, Celtic are a very traditional club. I think that we should always wear the hoops at home. I don't. You know,
It has to be a pretty special occasion.
yeah, to not.
And obviously, selling more merchandise. To the special
It's a
occasion.
very special
There's much
occasion.
cash in the club, yeah.
Right. Now let's talk about obviously after the international break. I think we've got St Mirren.
Yep.
And then
Barcelona.
And then Barcelona. Are we doing a podcast before that one?
Yeah. I finish exams next week.
Right.
So we'll do one.
So we're not doing one next week. Oh no, but we're going to do one after. I think we'll do one
We'll do after the St Mirren game, previewing the Barcelona game.
The Barcelona game is on
The 24th, on a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday
At 5:45 a.m.
Let's do it on. Let's preview the game now. Let's do a post analysis.
Okay.
After it, because by the time we get it up,
Yeah.
there's a lot of sexual innuendo cock jokes in there that I didn't even know that I did there. But go back and listen to it, and you'll get what I'm talking about.
If this was me, you'd cut that out like last week.
For good reason. Anyway, what kind of team are we going to play the Camp Nou, do you think?
This is the other. Can you do the segments right?
Oh, sorry. What is this segment called?
Come up with a catchy name.
It's, the onus
You
is on
wanted to
me.
introduce the. I come up with the ideas. You come up with the. You're the marketer.
I didn't say like we all got.
You're the thinker.
I just said we've got to structure the podcast.
We've
now.
got different music
Champions
for
League
each
preview.
segment.
Champions League preview, Celtic versus Barcelona segment.
Formation, the thoughts after and the formation and the team. Go,
Well, it's
Greg.
going to be interesting because Barca have got a few injuries. So,
So we play three up front, do you think, in the new camp?
absolutely. And
Take it to 'em.
Lucas might get a game because they'll be resting Fraser for the St Mirren game.
That's right.
Well, here's a question. So you think that there's no point teams coming to Parkhead and parking the bus.
Yep.
What do we do at Barcelona?
Well, I think that the attitude in European football in general is that you do play a different kind of style. Not just Celtic, but everyone does. Like Benfica, when they came to Celtic Park, were very cautious.
Mm-hmm.
So no one's going out there and trying to, tear strips off each other.
No, but do you think that Barcelona's quality is so much better than Celtic's that if we don't go out and attack it, or at least try and attack and hit the counter attacks really hard, then we would probably just lose 3-0?
Okay, I don't think we should take a leaf out of the Craig Levine school of football where you don't play with anyone up front at all.
Okay.
I'm not suggesting
They'll
that.
play George up front. Hooper will have to be on the bench.
Yeah.
They'll go back to tried and proven European, and they'll play probably Chris Commons helping Hooper, helping us Samaras.
Yep.
And Jamie Forrest probably won't get a game either, so
No.
they'll,
I think
they're
they'll
strong midfield.
Yeah, they'll stack the midfield and they'll do that sort of playing sort of two defensive guys in front of.
Yep.
Who are the defensive
Wanyama
midfielders?
and
Wanyama.
Charlie will play in front with Wanyama
Yep.
probably.
Yep.
And keep the two centre-backs the same?
Yep.
Yep. And stick with Izzy and
Or do you put Matthews or do you put Lustig?
Well, I think if we can sneak both of them on without them
Without them
finding
knowing.
out,
Maybe they
you're
can.
right.
Maybe they're both thin blokes. Maybe they can both wear the same, just fit inside the same jersey.
I would maybe choose Lustig because I think he's quicker than Matthews.
Yeah.
I know obviously Barcelona don't play knock the ball out the top, but you want players that can, if they get schooled or Messi goes past them 3 times, they can at least
And
get back
that's where
behind
Barca
the
are
ball.
more dangerous in that they just run through teams right to the middle.
Yeah.
The 1-2 slick
Yeah.
passing. So the more bodies we can get in there,
And crowd it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have a chance of winning?
Oh, you've always got to go into any game with a chance of thinking you got a chance of winning. Absolutely. And that's the
Do you have a chance of winning?
No, not at all. But as long as you think you do.
I'm excited. It'll be a good game.
I'm shitting.
Oh yeah, it's going to be squeaky bum time.
Yeah.
While we're watching the game, I'll be behind the couch, but
It's got to be on Australian. It's got to be on ESPN.
I don't even want it to be on
They'll
ESPN.
play it. They'll do.
They'll have to.
I want it to be on the computer.
Because so many Celtic supporters around the world, and there's 1 or 2 Barca fans too, so they'll
Yeah.
want to see it.
Yeah, that would be an oversight or an error in judgment if they didn't.
Yeah.
Both games, in fact.
Yeah, well, there's more chance of the first one going because, you know,
It's at new camp.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the first one
Camp
could
Nou.
get, well, hopefully it's not ugly, so.
No. Would you have preferred to play them at home or away first?
Away first, because you get 2 home games on the way back, so you know what you have to do.
Right.
Like that. I think it's tough going to Barcelona, then coming back playing a domestic game, and then playing, you know, at home against.
Yeah.
If it was any
Spartak.
other team, I could probably form an opinion, but I'm just so nervous about playing Barca, I just cannot think straight.
Yeah.
I literally cannot think. I can't get to the end of that thought process where, yeah, if we play them away first, it'd be good. No, we've got to play them away. Why are we going to play them away? No, we should play them at home. And I just get so confused. But at the back of my mind, their injuries are starting to pile up. So I'm actually looking forward to a bit more than I was, especially with Puyol
Yeah.
out. He's like a, you know, say what you like about their attacking style, but they don't give goals away easy.
No. I think our secret weapon as well is the fact that this will happen throughout the entire Champions League campaign, that will continue to be underrated by opposing teams.
Yep.
And if you're Barcelona and you're reading your own press, which I'm sure they are doing,
Yep.
and they have been doing so for so many years, because, you know, they've struggled in Spanish football domestically. They get off to a great start because they're a great team. And then I think they actually buy into all the bullshit that surrounds them. And then teams peg them back, like Real Madrid. And
Yep.
so I just think that they're going to think, this little Scottish team. And I know that Puyol and some of those guys have played at Parkhead before, and they know the history. They have some sense of the history of the
Yep.
club and the significance of it all. But in a pure sporting context, they're going to think, we're going to give this team an absolute doing.
Yep.
This is a fait accompli.
I think that, you know, even without the injuries, they probably would have dropped a few of the players
Yeah,
just because of that attitude.
yeah,
Like we said last week, if you had read what was coming out of the Moscow press, you wouldn't have believed it. It
Yeah.
was so bad. I mean, it was just, they just treated us with contempt and was like, who are these people?
Yeah.
So I think you're right. And that's going to be to our advantage.
Yeah.
So, but I think, you know, we're on a winning run. If we go to Barca with a positive attitude, you know, confident, positive attitude, then we can, you know, we've got to get the ball. That's the thing.
yeah.
If we can get the ball, and, you know, I'd say if we aimed at 32%, that'd be good.
Yeah, don't worry about the score. Just get it to 30%.
No, just after possession.
If we bring our own ball, perhaps that might help.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Prima facie,
You wanker.
you just said something before in Latin, you cocksucker.
Fait accompli.
Yeah.
It's got like a Latin.
Cocksucker is Latin.
So prima facie, which means on the face of it. On the face of.
Did you have to do that?
And the look away afterwards.
Well, he wasn't looking at you.
Yeah.
Barcelona should beat Celtic, but you know, it's not. You know, you don't play teams on paper. Let's use every cliche in the book.
It's a game of 2 halves.
And
And in Scotland, it's a game of 3 halves.
can Neil Lennon not wear something different to the strip, so he doesn't look like a dickhead with the bib?
You don't want him to bib up.
I don't want him to bib
He's
up.
lucky.
That bib looked ridiculous.
The problem is, though, that we've only got one sort of training top. It's black. But we'll wear the hoops and
Yeah, well, he might wear the white one. Who would know? It's a lucky strip.
the white one.
Yeah.
100% record in it.
Yeah, what strip are they going to wear? They can't wear the black one because it would sort of clash with the
Yeah.
No, they should wear the sock strip.
I think they wear the hoops.
Right.
I can't recall when the last time we played it. No, we wore the hoops in the Camp Nou last time. It's interchangeable. Camp Nou. Far out.
We had a whole podcast on that.
So what do you think? Away or home first?
I think away first because
That was the draw.
that's what, you know. Well, initially I thought this. Initially I thought we should play them at home and just spook them. First game up, just hit them at Parkhead and just absolutely, something they won't.
And
This is the only chance of pinching a result.
And suffer the consequences.
Yeah,
afterwards.
when they really. But I thought this time, I think that one, they got injuries, so this is our best chance of getting points away on the road. And two, they will be underestimating because of that factor. I just think that they'll think we're going to do this team in and we're going to surprise them. Because I think that's why half the reason why we got a decent game against Moscow. We didn't get a decent game against Moscow because they just thought they were going to kick our ass. They'll be a better team when they come to Parkhead, and they'll be a tougher game. And that'll be the last game of the campaign as well, so it's going to be a friggin' important game.
Have you got a ticket?
Hopefully Sean's got me one. But the other thing is, this team has been pretty successful, as in this team, this squad, in winning and getting points away from home. So they should be I know it's new camp's completely different, but they still should be confident in the travel and
I don't think all
that type of stuff.
That stadium at Helsinki, I've been to the new camp and I've been to the stadium at Helsinki. There weren't much difference in size, really.
But the difference is
the entire top deck.
Yeah,
but the difference is the new camp there'll be 80,000 people there.
I'm talking about the actual the size of the pitch, the physical aspect of the pitch. Yeah,
most
the stadium
pitches
was a lot different.
Most pitches are the same. You're around that.
Yeah, one held 10,000 and the other held 80,000.
That's poor.
It was shit ass. You can get that one if you want. So predictions for the Barca game, Callum. What's the score? What do you think?
1-0
to
Celtic.
Right. Okay, Frankie.
I think we'll get beat, but I think we'll score first, then I'll put the shits up.
Right.
Yeah, we want to see. And then when do you want to score? Do you want to score?
Yeah, we want to score
early.
late.
We want to score at the 90th minute, don't we?
Yeah. Although, scoring early against Moscow was a good one.
Yep. I am going with a 1-1 draw.
I hope you're right.
Pessimistic,
you Celtic supporters. Pretty I expect better from you. As the most optimistic Celtic supporter I know.
That I'm not going for the W.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're not going. You've got plenty of time.
I know.
Replenish your trust fund.
That's all right. There's more coming in.
Shake some more money.
More being released.
Shake some more money off grand. Shake it upside down.
Shake it down. Shake your mother.
Okay. Are we done? Are we complete?
I think we are.
We've got everything out of our system.
Yep.
Excellent. Don't forget you can obviously subscribe to the Wild Dog Half Hour by going to our iTunes, onto the iTunes store and just type in Rhebel Podcast. And you can follow us on Twitter, which is our handle is at Rhebel Podcast, but it's RHEBELPHODCAST. So there's a H before after the first consonant and before the first vowel of each of those two words. You can follow Callum at Donner67. You can follow myself at Prefontaine67. You can follow Frank at Giant Celtic.
Giant Celts 8.
Giant Celts 8. I should remember that. And obviously go to the How Media website, which is howhowmedia.com, and follow all those other guys as well. They do a great job, all the different Celtic podcasts. And until next time, which will be after the Barca game, be well and how.
Cheers.
Woo.
This is a song he's written that's currently in the charts for me. Thanks very much for buying it, by the way. I love you for that. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebel, they cut me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely harbour wall, she watched the last star fallen, as the prison ship sailed out against the sky. For she lived in hope and pray for our love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed.